China's phenomenal GDP growth in the last decades has seen the country become one of the most attractive and lucrative markets for brands across the world. Although GDP growth has fallen slightly due to the current global economic climate, this growth is unlikely to slow dramatically due to the transition from an investment-led to a consumption-led growth model. Financial, social, industrial and legal improvements and reforms in China's latest 5-year plan are focused on driving private consumption. Marketing and selling your goods in China, however, is still a daunting prospect for many, and in order for companies to benefit from China's growth, they must understand the social, economic and demographic changes that are influencing consumers and their means and methods of consumption. We often regard China as one huge homogeneous nation, but it is a diverse country with its 1.3 billion people spread over 22 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, and 2 special administrative regions. Within these borders there are also 56 recognized minorities and 293 spoken languages. At present, 50% of China's population live in urban areas, and China has a staggering 120 cities with populations over 1 million people. Negotiating the demographical differences and reaching the consumers you want in China can thus be a formidable task. Not only that, but what may work for a company now may see them fall by the wayside in a year's time due to the rapidly shifting consumer patterns. Spectrum Insight tracks consumer insight online, monitoring the web, blogs and social media platforms to collate and analyse not only what consumers are saying, but also what is visible to them. Social media has been exponentially growing across the world, and China is at the forefront of this growth. Internet usage in China is phenomenal. There are 513 million internet users, with the number growing by an average of 164,000 daily. Internet use is also extremely heavy, with 50% of these spending more than 12 hours a week online. These netizens are also the world's most socially engaged, with one study showing that 91% of internet users visited a social media site in the previous 6 months, compared to just 67% in the US. On average, users spend 46 minutes a day visiting social media sites, compared to just 37 minutes in the USA. As a result, social media is becoming an important channel of communication, reducing the amount of time spent talking on the phone by 25%. The popularity of social media sites has grown to such an extent in China that they are becoming just as important as portals in obtaining content, with 36% opting to use social media sites and 40% to use portals when searching for content. Not only are they the most engaged, but also the most receptive, and social media has a greater influence on consumer choices in China than anywhere else in the world. Chinese consumers are more likely to purchase a product or service if they see it mentioned on a social media site, if a friend, colleague or family member has recommended it online. The reasons for the strong trust in peer-to-peer recommendations is mainly due to the skepticism that exists around advertising and news through traditional media sources. The size of the user base and the popularity of the internet in China has led to a huge social business turnover, which last year came to $276 million of virtual products sold through social media. Clearly, the benefits of having a strong brand presence in online and social media in China is important. Therefore, monitoring the visibility of your brand in social media is crucial for analysing a brand's position. Not only are people talking with friends online more, but their thoughts and feelings are more likely to reach a content-hungry audience using social media as an entry point to discover content. China has a unique social media landscape where domestic sites dominate the market. The main reason for this is the issue of censorship. As the internet and methods of communication have grown, so has the Chinese government's efforts to censor sensitive information for disseminating quickly across the web. The world's most famous social media sites, such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Foursquare, are inaccessible from behind the Great Chinese Firewall. Chinese sites who carry out self-censorship have emerged to dominate the market in the absence of Western platforms. Although many of these Chinese sites are extremely similar to Western platforms such as Facebook and Twitter, each of them attracts a different type of user. For example, RenRen was established as targeting college students in a social network style extremely similar to Facebook, and is still primarily dominated by students and recent graduates. Kaixin 001, on the other hand, although extremely similar to Facebook, is targeted primarily towards white-collar workers. One of the main sources of real-time consumer insight that Spectrum analyses is Twitter, as Twitter offers real consumer reaction to online and offline marketing and advertising campaigns. For some brands, we track over 30,000 tweets a month. In China, there are a number of Weibo, microblogging sites, in which users can post personal updates to their account in a 140-character format. Although extremely similar to Twitter, the Chinese versions have evolved much quicker and were offering multimedia posting capabilities over a year before Twitter did. There are two main Weibo companies, Sina Weibo and Tencent Weibo. Sina Weibo is extremely popular among the urbanized Chinese consumer, and for every 100 visits to the internet, one is to Sina Weibo. Tencent Weibo, although not as large as Sina Weibo, has recruited users from Tencent Holdings' hugely popular instant messaging service, QQ, which has over 1 billion users. Demographically, they also possess more users from smaller urbanized areas in China than Sina Weibo does. Although Tencent Holdings' Weibo service is not as large as Sina's, they do own the largest social media network site in China, Qzone. This platform allows users to create their own page to post updates, photos, videos, and also combines this with instant messaging tools. Qzone has been valued at a staggering $11 billion and possesses 537 million users. However, given Qzone's size, marketers in China prefer to launch their campaigns on Sina Weibo, even though they have fewer users. This is due again to the demographics of the user base. The users are predominantly QQ Messenger users, whom are genuinely young and less affluent. Most young professionals use other instant messaging services and social networks. Finally, Chinese Sina Weibo is not only an easier platform for posting content to, but it also allows content to be spread quicker virally than on Qzone. Spectrum Insight can not only assist companies in understanding the social media sphere, but also in helping identify and target the social media users themselves. Who is likely to be most influenced by marketing activity? Who is not? And who do you need to be wary of? As Chinese social media users' consumption choices are so strongly influenced by the content they digest, it is important to deploy strategies to engage all user types. The difficulty of marketing brands within a unique online world is a challenge for even the most astute digital marketing strategist. The rapid development of the internet, growth of social media platforms, and constant evolution of online language means that measurement and evaluation are crucial to effective marketing campaigns. In addition, the importance of understanding the Chinese market and consumer habits is crucial in providing insight to the brand at all stages of the campaign, from planning through to evaluation. Spectrum Insight can help you understand China's unique social landscape, mine consumer opinion, and help turn it into actionable insight which you can use in brand planning processes. We can help in setting KPIs for what you hope to achieve in terms of your brand's presence and positioning online, as well as that of your competitors. Once Spectrum Insight helps identify positioning in an earned media space, we can then help you efficiently target your consumers in an owned media space, tracking a campaign's success. For more information on Chinese social media and how Spectrum can help you achieve your goals, please contact Tom Nixon or Karen Williams at Spectrum Insight.